Welcome to Performance Center. In this video, we will demonstrate a key capability of Performance Center to complete end-to-end performance testing, Performance Application Lifecycle, or PAL for short. PAL enables development and operations collaboration around performance engineering. Production system data can be used to create load tests that resemble production behavior, and testing assets, such as scripts, can be leveraged for production monitoring. The PAL Wizard guides you through the various steps that make up the flow of the PAL feature. To start planning our load test based on production data, we simply import a datasets file. These datasets can be gathered from Web Trends, BSM, IIS logs, and Google Analytics. For this demo, we'll select the RUM dataset. Once we have the production data, the next step is creating a report that shows us what actually happened in the production system. We select the Create Production Report step. We'll add a name and a description and select an application name. We'll select the BSM template because the production data was exported from a BSM system. In the next step, we're prompted to select the data sources for the report, and we'll select the production data we just uploaded. The resulting report contains several tabs. The Configuration tab details the production monitoring configuration. We can see the transactions and actions that are being monitored in BSM. The Workload tab provides important information regarding the load generated in production. The number of users and hits per transactions, together with the transaction per second information, can assist in planning the number of virtual users and the script pacing. The Performance tab provides additional data about the response time of the different transactions. Additional tabs include monitoring data and other information. Now it's time to create a load test based on the production data. We have a new button called PAL Reports. Let's use it to view the production data as we design our load test. Now we can design our load test based on this report. Once the load test is ready, we can run it. For the sake of this demonstration, we'll use a previously created load test and a test run we executed in advance. In order to tune the test, we need to compare the data we collected from the run to the data we got from production. We'll go back to our report and add the executed run to it. Let's take a look at the report. In the Workload tab, we can see that our test has much less hits and users in comparison to production for most of the transactions. We can also see in which scripts these transactions appear, and based on that, we can tweak the load test by updating the number of V users for the relevant group. Now let's take a look at one of the important configurations available for PAL reports. One of the challenges we're faced with when comparing production and testing data is that different names may be used for the same activity. We can see that the same transaction appears with just a different suffix. We can assume these are the same transactions and the different suffix was just used to mark a different action or script this transaction appeared in. We can also see that for many of the transactions, there's a value for one dataset and NA for the other. This stems from the fact that this transaction name appears in only one of the datasets and therefore cannot be compared across datasets. The mapping feature solves this issue by creating a common name across different datasets. Now let's open the transaction mapping and grouping dialog and select the option for mapping production to testing. We'll select the row for the production transaction called Buy and map it to the Buy Food, Buy Toys, and Buy Pets transactions in testing. We'll call this mapped transaction Buy Mapped. If we go back to the report, we can see the change. The Buy Pets, Toys, and Food transactions no longer appear, and neither does Buy. Instead, we have a transaction called Buy Mapped, and it has data for both production and testing. This concludes the Performance Application Lifecycle feature. For more information, please see the HP Performance Center User Guide.